Welcome to Science, Health and Healing Library of Children's Health Core. I'm Dr. Majid Ali. The subject of this article is Childhood Diabetes Type 2, Who Will Suffer Most? In the first segment, entitled Childhood Diabetes 2, An Epidemic Predicted, I provided my scientific basis of making this saddening prediction that there is going to be an epidemic of childhood diabetes type 2 in the next decade or so. In another article on this series, I described to you who is suffering most. Children of which ethnic group or socioeconomic group are suffering most and why. Now in this segment, the title is Who Will Suffer Most? But the short answer is every child. I predict that those children which seem to be protected from the scourge of type 2 diabetes among children, notably children of recent Asian immigrants, within 10 to 20 years, they will also suffer from type 2 diabetes with equal frequency. So all these ethnic and socioeconomic differences are going to be wiped out. And the reason for this prediction that children of all socioeconomic, all racial, all ethnic groups will suffer equally with passing years is my oxygen model of diabetes, which I published about 15 years ago. And since then, I have written extensive articles and also included a large number of articles on my YouTube encyclopedia. And because I believe that the toxicities of foods, environments, and thoughts are not going to spare children of any group. Right now, children of recent Asian immigrants are protected because, like all new immigrants, Asians notably are focused on the education and the health of their children. But unfortunately, this melting pot that we call America has its dark underbelly of toxicities of food, environments, and thoughts. Nature does not really recognize any of these socioeconomic differences for too long. So I believe that because the underlying causes of type 2 diabetes in children are toxicities of foods, environments, and thought, which poison the oxygen-driven enzyme systems, oxygen signaling systems, oxygen systems for cellular renewal, oxygen cues for healing injured tissues. And lack of oxygen, of course, is fattening, it is inflaming, it damages all cell population. And so it seems to me safe to predict that who will suffer from type 2 diabetes in children in the future? Children of all subgroups in the United States and within some decades worldwide. There's an epidemic of type 2 diabetes in children of India as it is now. In the United States, we have more diabetes than any other people in the world in terms of percentage of the population, and next to us is India. So please look at the other segment in this childhood diabetes type 2 in Children's Health Core. Our vision at this core, as I said, funded by my wife and I, exclusively up to this point, is to create a medium, a venue for providing authentic information about the issues of nutrition, environment, and stress for the health of our children, untainted by corporate deceptions and untainted by those medical associations which are heavily indebted to the food industry. Fear profiteers. That seems to be the right term. So thank you for joining me. If our revision resonates with you, please forward this YouTube segment to your email, Facebook, Twitter contacts. If you're a teacher or you're involved in the larger extended teaching profession, I invite your support. Forward this to the mothers of your children at your school so they can also look at this different view. This is a pollution of the food, water, and air view of type 2 diabetes. It cannot be controlled with drugs. As I explained in other segments in this series, that nearly 50% of these children within 3-4 years require insulin. So their diabetes is a very different type. Thank you for joining me. Until we meet again, may you be gracious, graceful, and generous in your spirit. Thank you.